The way that they've been able to move the footy and transition it across the ground has been really pivotal for Richmond's point of view. But I think for Geelong, this is a great opportunity for them. This is an opportunity for them to keep in touch with the top 8 and try and make a finals opportunity. We know what they're capable of and what a great team they can be. And I think it's just their accuracy in front of goal.
Win for the Cats, and they're just 2 points out the 8 with 3 rounds to go. Nice little touch of sportswomanship as we get this week 7 clash underway at Punt Road Oval in the sunshine. Kelly and Darby in the ruck. Quick little hands to Conti, out to Mackenzie, who was brilliant last week in the wet, to Brennan. Strong mark. Wow, that's a way to start again. An explosive start by the Tigers, winning it out of the centre and getting it in the hands of the captain. What a match-up, the two captains going head-to-head. Into the pocket it goes. Umpire says there's a holding out. It'll be a free kick going to the Tigers. Free kick to Greiser.
Well, this is the danger of Richmond's forward line when you're able to get Katie Brennan on the lead up near the 50, but you've also got Caitlin Greiser really deep, who's another really strong aerial target. It takes a few really good key defenders to lock both of them down.
So it's a push out from Gunjaka. Blatant into the back. Can Greiser capitalise? Give these Tigers fans something to cheer about within the opening minutes. Pushing it across the face and through for a -4.
I found it really interesting, that first centre clearance as well. Geelong didn't locate Richmond's mids in there and allowed Conti and Mackenzie just to be on their own, and I think that's a dangerous start to the game. You want to shut down those two players immediately from the get-go.
Edmondson looking for the ruck in Derby. Outsized again today, as she has been in so many contests this season. Kelly with the height. Derby adds the grunt. Sermon. Handball's over her head, risky. Derby. Oh, Brennan came in. Hip and shoulder and collected Derby. Put her on her backside. That was a big hit. You see her? Ball up just inside 50.
See Mum Conti standing virtually by herself. You need to have more body on her than that. She's so dangerous around ball. She cannot have a run at it at all.
For Sparkus, and then tackled by Conti. Two of the best players in the game. Risky little handball. Morrison was up to the task. Emerson just gets it out of the danger zone. Foot races on. Sermon, an unkind bounce. She'll go back though. Good second effort. Maloney goes through without it. It's collected. And a high ball. Unkind bounce for Friswell. Yasia. Conti. Dempsey. Can she control it? Flicks it to her advantage, surrounded by Cats and Kearns. Down the field on the outer side. Seymour in a race with Parry. Coming through is Maloney. Handball over the top to Gray. Maloney's bearing down. She gets her kick away just in time. And that'll be a lasso. Last touch rule.
Well done, Ash Maloney. And this is where Geelong can get on top. They are really strong up forward. They have strong individuals, so they can have the ability to beat their defenders one-on-one. This lady on screen in particular, Ash Maloney, who's been just a star for Geelong to start this season.
Chance to top the goal-kicking list later today. Taylor Smith, the Brisbane Lions forward, leads it. What will Maloney do here? Does she know what a banana is, the Irish woman? She gives it a good crack. It'll rumble and bumble around. Prasparkas plucks it, set upon, and then the snap, missing.
The banana from 47, the snap from 47 now, it needs to be a decent snap, doesn't it? I actually would have backed her with a drop punt from there, and with that breeze as well, I would have loved to see her get onto it.
She looks a little bit indecisive on that one, but great work at ground level by Prasparkas then, and just would love to see her be more dangerous around goal as well. So it's a really good start for Prasparkas to get her hands on the footy early.
Miller looking for Kelly. In there is Brennan. Darby tackled by Poppy Kelly. Darby looking for Prasparkas. Stolen by Sheeran. Sidestep. High ball. They jump in at all angles. Brennan again involved in the contest. Dempsey tried to hack it off the turf. Had to go back and get it. Give it to Yasia. Just tries to bounce it in the advantage of Brennan, but Meg McDonald, the captain, gets there first, gives it to Yasia. Great tackle applied by Friswell. And the Cats repel again. Huge clash on the wing. Featherston involved. Now Maloney picks it up. Her kick was smothered. Graham got a hand on it. Clears the maul. Foot race is on. Poppy Kelly retrieving. Handballing Galloway. Morrison just had to wait and Conti got her.
Well done, Poppy Kelly there. The big ruck. She's working really hard around the ground and saved Richmond then with that Geelong going inside forward 50.
Prasparkas. Back to Crockett Grills. To a one-on-one. Perry's good in this situation. And she outmarks Gab Seymour in a one-on-one.
Well, that was great work from the contest there by Geelong. Just a couple of their key players getting involved and a great contest up in the forward line as well for Parry. Huge opportunity here for her to kick the first goal of the game for her side, and particularly with Scott out of the game, it's important for her to step up as we have a look at that handball received there to Crockett Gills coming off the half-back, which is a great one-on-one.
She's such a good contested marking forward, but deceptively reliable as a pressure option as well. Directly in front, Parry. Can she open proceedings? And the breeze collects it and pushes it to the left. Beck Miller goes for a bit of a dash and goes around the outer side, bounces off the chest of Seymour. Friswell, the two number 20s. Friswell, and there's the other number 20, Lynch. Beth Lynch, saw older brother Tom Lynch, superstar for the men's team, in the crowd this afternoon. Egan. Picked up by Bella Smith. Egan again. Sheeran. Usually so good by foot. Really set it up. It was a chance for Ford to gobble it. Good pressure from behind.
I've liked Sharon's move into the midfield. We know she's an All-Australian half-back and was relatively new to the game when she did get that All-Australian. But the move into the mid, she's such a strong body and she's able to use it in that midfield and be a bigger body amongst those of the likes of Monconti.
Here's Ford, sending it inside 50. Lavey gets it out to Sheeran, who throws it on the boot. She kicked a couple last week as well. Hayley Sheeran, well timed with those special comments, Ruby. 17 disposals, 2 goals, 350 metres gained last week in the wet against your Pies.
Thank you. Well, that's the damage of Richmond's midfielders. I mean, not only her, we saw Monconti have 30 disposals, but we also saw Ellie McKenzie with 18 and 2 goals.
It's going to come straight back here. Dempsey's involved in this passage of play. Goes looking for a mark, spoiled from behind. Yasia's just buffeted off it. Evanson's able to pick it up, give it to Webster. Down the line, Parry sets herself for another mark. Couldn't quite collect it. Good pressure applied by Lynch. And the umpire's seen something. It'll be a free kick to Geelong, and Bowen gets it. Brings it through the centre.
So that's great vision there by Bowen. Love the ability here to take the game on, and they've got numbers out on the far side here.
Gunjaka shanks it. And now it's become a 50-50 ball. Maloney tries to get it back. Look at Sheeran getting involved. Oh, Conti! Look at this, a smooth mover. Surrounded, great presence of mind. Gets it back to Egan, goes back to Conti. She might be able to help them get out of trouble again. She does. Tessa Lavey. And then they've got numbers on the broadcast wing here. Miscommunication might prove costly. Brilliant stuff by Ford. Or Gunjaka it was, rather. To half forward here for the Tigers. Handball to Ford, and she's tackled by Emerson.
Well, it's just a skill error through the corridor by Geelong then. Kate Darby had that mark and just had to give the hands to the first person running by, which was Kearns, but a bit of hesitation and caused fumbles, which now allowed it back in the Tigers' hands.
Free kick in the ruck going against Luke.
But I like that switch kick too, Ruby. The ability to open the game up. They've got the breeze behind them in this first term, so want to see them take the game on and really try and score against Richmond. Great growth in their defence.
Particularly when Poppy Kelly does work so hard to get down the line and create that spare behind the footy. They cannot just bomb it straight back to her. They've got to find a way to go around, which is what Kate Darby, as that other ruck, can do, is spread wide and create that option with Poppy Kelly down the line.
So the backup rucks here, Bragg and Luke. Yeah, that was a little tug of the jumper. It'll be a free kick to Bragg. Look at Ailey Sheeran's had 6 disposals already. Running hot to start. Centering kick to Bowen. Got numbers out wide. Short to Emerson. Penetrating kick to a one-on-one. It was Parry and Seymour again. Oh, Maloney! Explosive speed. Gives the handball off and taken high. Surely umpire, yes. It'll be a free kick to Sermon. Wow, how's the power and the explosive speed?
I mean, she's just exciting to watch, isn't she, Maloney? Her ability in the forward line to run and dash and take the game on is just so unpredictable at times. You just never know what's going to happen. And then Sermon here just draws the free kick nicely. It's good to have her back in this outfit for Geelong.
So she's back after concussion. Hasn't kicked a goal this year. If she does, you'll know about it because she loves the celebration. Does Kate Sermon.
Well, it's well done, and it's good to get her involved early in the game. We know she's an up-and-about player as we see this entry here, just a deep entry. You know you've got the win. You know that Richmond want to play one-on-one. We see just the individual brilliance of Maloney here with an interesting little handball. We know the Irish, it's probably one of the skills they struggle with, the handball, but just clever by Sermon to sort of play for that free kick there. Libby Graham just came in a little high, and good to get the Cats on the board, particularly with this wind early. We know how damaging Richmond can be once they have that little bit of advantage with that wind.
Gee, that's a very chilled celebration for Kate Sermon. Great start for the Cats, exactly what they need. Give them a bit of confidence. Luke, Prasparkas, sweeping handball. Does it sit for Crockett Grills? Here's Smith. She goes to ground and opens the door for Ryan. Charlie Ryan slipped through the hands of Egan. Picked up by Thorne. Prasparkas loves that outside of the boot kick. One-on-one in the air. Sermon was one. Here comes Bowen. Breaks one. The handball wide. Does it sit for Nina? Oh, that's a big clash with Seymour. Hosking. Missed it. Emerson doesn't. Hosking doesn't miss her on the follow-up tackle.
Well, that was a great clearance there from Geelong coming out of the midfield, led by Prasparkas. I mean, just her strength and ability and game awareness is really impressive to watch.
Mackenzie involved, Sheeran again. Ryan goes to ground. They cough it up, the Tigers, over-possessing it. Here's a chance for Thorne. Bouncing ball inside 50. Parry turns, wants to give to Prasparkas. Missed her. They go to ground. Maloney. Morrison, usually so calm and poised in this situation. Handballs backwards to Smith, then to Maloney. Rankin's there. Crockett Grills stabs it into the pocket, and that's Sermon again. Same spot. Will it be the same result?
Well, Richmond are, I know Geelong are having a shot on goal here, but Richmond's pressure to come forward. They know Geelong want to flick their hands. Their pressure to come forward and try and create messy ball is actually really strong at the moment, but Geelong's ability to just win the ball on the ground and find a teammate in a better position is allowing this shot on goal.
Is it a case of deja vu for these Cats? Doesn't quite have the carry. And off hands on the line.
And I think to your point as well with that, Rubes, for Geelong to be able to get those hands out, they're just holding their shape really nicely, particularly around that top of the 50 arc. The midfielders aren't all getting sucked into the ball. They're holding a couple of numbers out, whether it's, Morrison, who's been out there a couple of times to get that handball received.
Here goes Egan. Trying to be aggressive, these Tigers, before Emerson with the intercept. Spearing past the centre half forward, went over the head of Darby, and Hicks is there. Takes the mark short to Mackenzie. One of her best games last week, Ellen Mackenzie. Not that kick, certainly isn't one of her best. Kearns.
Which is well read by Kearns there too. Come off her opposing forward and who she's defending, able to take that intercept mark.
Clear shove in the back by Graham there, so it'll be a free kick coming to Parry.
Conti was pointing to the space for Ellie McKenzie to kick it there, so Kearns could see that clearly and was able to read it.
Parry goes short for Sparkers. Oh, that is so brave. That must be Sarah Hosking, and it is. She sprinted to chop that off and get a crucial hand to it, and it could result in a goal for the Tigers. Brilliant stuff. Kelly, Conti gets around one. Can she get around two? Has to handball backwards. Friswell flicks it over. Have a look at this replay. Look at that. Oh, goodness me. That is such bravery.
It's the Tigers forward getting back into D50 to support the defenders. Really well done by Sarah Hosking there.
Really well done by the camera operator as well. Beautifully captured. Conti. Got Georgie for company. Some good names, some good midfielders going head-to-head, and mouth-watering clashes right across the field for this one. Kelly is going to win the free. Has given it away, rather. There's Poppy Kelly. Missed a couple with injury. If she didn't miss, she'd be probably right up there in All-Australian consideration. Still 3 more games after this to play.
Along with the 6 free kicks as well to start off this game. I think a few of them have come from those ruck contests as well, so something for Richmond to be mindful of, giving a couple of those away.
Morrison set upon.
The experience of Kate Darby, she's so smart and veteran of this side, her ability to use the body in the ruck contests.
Kelly this time against Parry, gets it straight down to Seymour. And Ellie McKenzie, uncontested. Sets it up, Darby's there with Luke. Hosking plies the tackle on Morrison and then sits on the ball. Umpire says it'll be a ball up.
It's like a bowling ball. She just absolutely streams through everyone, puts her body on the line.
I would hate to play against Sarah Hosking.
Little nutcase. One of Fox's own, obviously.
Ruby Schleicher and Ellie Blackburn joining us in commentary this afternoon. Sunny Punt Road, Megan Waters on the boundary for us. Good tight clash. Hosking again barges through. And just making sure Friswell really felt that. She's in a mood, Sarah. When she's in a mood, get out of her way. Friswell to Emerson. Tries to get around Dempsey on the mark. Dempsey was up to it. Little bump affected the kick. Spills clear, Morrison. Good presence of mind, looking for Crockett Grills. Had to come in from behind. Look out. Sermon almost run down Ryan. Gets her kick away. Ford. Hicks.
Geez, well done by Ford then. Just a 1v4. Great composure to be clean with that pickup. Get the handball received back, and then for Richmond here to be able to find a mark with 20 seconds left on the clock in this first term. I mean, that's just great football there.
Charlie Ryan to the contest. Spoil from Luke. Down to Crockett Grills. Maloney, can she control it? She can create anything from 70 out. Time's ticking down. It might just beat Becky Webster. Siren sounded before she got her kick away, and it was touched right on the line anyway. So a good start for the Cats. They'll take that. They've held the Tigers goalless in the opening term, and they've had their opportunities at their end as well. Sermon, the goal kicker. It's 1-3-9 to the Tigers, 2 behinds.
All right, it's a tight game, this one. It's a hard-fought game. We thought the Tigers had come out running in the opening quarter, but the Cats, they're holding the Tigers very, very well. It's the Cats leading by 7 points, 1-3-9. The Tigers just the 2 behinds. Looks like a beautiful day down here at Swinburne Centre in Melbourne, where the two teams are battling it out. All right, let's go and have a little bit of a look at, actually, let me just give you a little bit of a look at the ins and outs. The Tigers went into this game unchanged. The Cats, though, Sermon and Featherston came in and Scott and Kenny went out. All right, let's go to the players' stats. Of course, Kate Sermon there, the only goal scorer on the ground so far, and that is for Geelong. Disposal count. Elise Sherman and Chantal Emerson are the leading disposal getters with both 7 apiece on the ground. One for Richmond, one for Geelong. Let's go Tigers, says Ryan Ebony. Welcome in, Jackson. G'day. E.T., how you going, bro? Yeah, we're hoping for a little bit of a bit better second quarter there, Ryan, from the Tigers. I know you're cheering for them on. They've had a good run this season. Can they continue on their merry way? We'll just have a look at the live ladder in just a moment. There are your team stats and your players. Let me just reload this up. There we go, that's better. But it's Richmond on top in the disposal count, only by 6, so everything's reasonably level there. Just a few more, 9 more handballs. Inside 50s, Geelong doing it well there, 12 inside 50s. For 4 scoring shots, the Tigers only managed 6. There we go. They need to lift that up a little bit. They need to get their run and carry a little bit better. Need to link up a little bit better with each other there. Free kicks, 7-2. All Geelong in that area. Richmond leading the hit-outs by 2, but the clearances, it's in Geelong's favour there by 3 as the stoppage clearances. Contested, uncontested, all pretty even in the match so far. As I said, she's a pretty tight fought game, this one today. Turnovers are pretty similar. 10-12. The marks, Geelong finding their players a little bit better. Inside 50 marks, 3-1 for Geelong. As I always say, you've got to find your leading target. You've got to try and create a little bit of space down your forward line, and that'll give your forwards the best opportunity to score the major. 16-9 in tackle count. Tigers need to lift their pressure up a little bit, as we always see them do throughout the season. Their pressure has been really good so far. Let's have a quick look at the live ladder. As we see the live ladder, if this game goes the result, that is it. But if we turn the live ladder off, we see Richmond are sitting 4th on the ladder on 20 points. They need this win today, and that'll jump them up into 2nd position. Can they do it? And of course, Geelong down there sitting in 12th position, played 7 games. They've had 2 wins, 4 losses and a draw. They need this victory here to keep their season alive. If they don't, then it will be pretty much the end of their chances to make the top 8. But Richmond certainly looking for the victory today to cement their top in the spot 8. And they will go on to play finals in just a few weeks' time. There we go. All right, let me take it back to the score. We'll be right back when the commentators are back with us, folks. Whereas the Cats by 7 points. Can they extend this lead? Can they keep doing what they're doing? Or can Richmond find a way back into this game? I'm sure they will.
Richmond playing to cement its spot in the top 4, and if the Cats win, they'll get a sniff of finals. It's Geelong that put the early scoreboard pressure on, and they lead it, the away team, by 7 points at quarter time. 139 to the Tigers, just 2 behinds. Sheeran's had it 7 times, Mackenzie and Charlie Ryan 6 apiece, and Emerson 7 times for the Cats. Let's get down to Megan Waters, who's with the coach of the Tigers.
I am indeed, Ryan. That was a very aggressive and competitive first term, but it just seems Geelong are getting their hands on it a little bit more at the moment. Have you made any changes ahead of this second term to see that happen for you guys?
No, we'll make some tweaks, but we sort of felt like our fundamentals allowed them to get their hands on the ball, so we just need to execute a little bit in attack and in defence, sticking our tackles, hitting our handballs, watching the ball into the hands, and also we want to just lift the pressure a little bit.
Yeah, you're kicking with the breeze now. We'll see if that helps the cause at all. What's been your main message to the group ahead of this second term?
Yeah, those are the key messages, and then when we get the ball, we want to explode, try and take the ball off the line, get it forward to advantage, and put some pressure on them.
Well, thanks for good luck for the rest of the game.
So he's under the pump at quarter time, but as Megan said to him, if get a shot of look at the flags in the background there. There's a clear breeze, strong wind going to the left of screen. What sort of goal advantage do you think, Ellie?
Well, I think for Richmond's point of view, I definitely think there's a couple of goals extra in it with the way that they like to move the footy and back in their system.
Can they get a couple of goals on the board in this second term? It's going to flick up to Webster, pressured by Egan. Crockett Grills into space. Conti. Ball's like a magnet for her. Mackenzie, one step. Brennan pushed off it. Meg McDonald tracks back. Still a ball to be won between the two of them. Brennan tries to handball. Egan bursts through one. And the snap over the right shoulder is touched right on the line.
It's the game awareness from Conti in the middle of the ground then. Just, she saw what was happening in the play ahead of her, just dropped back a little bit, was allowed to intercept that mark and then allow that handball chain and run and carry and attack through the middle of the ground that Richmond we've come to know of Richmond so far this year.
Prasparkas through congestion, clean, off to Maloney, Bowen rather, and now they've got some run. Featherston sees something she likes. In the end it's space and Seymour's able to gallop away. Put it out wide. Kearns assesses the options, skies it. Conti in front, Crockett Grills from behind. Stays in. Crockett Grills tackled by Conti. Ball up.
It's great work there by the Geelong defenders to come off again. They had numbers, good support, good coverage around the far side of the ground and defensively be able to hold that ball up and be able to get another inside 50 opportunity here, particularly going into this breeze. This is a really strong start for them.
Well, against this breeze, forward half ascendancy is so crucial. You want to play the game in your forward half as much as you can when the Tigers have the wind. Geelong's defender's going to be crucial to that.
Darby reaching up over the top to Prasparkas, back to Darby. Come back to Webster. On a non-preferred, Sermon's got it stuck to her. Beth Lynch applying the tackle. Seymour ripped from her hands by Parry. Maloney feeds it out. Every time she gets it, something exciting happens. Does it result in a goal to Bowen? No, she's offline. Good mark, Lynch. That's a good matchup. Two tough nuts.
Seen a few bump off the balls early between those two.
Lynch almost stolen by Maloney. It was risky. Egan, can she help get the Tigers out of trouble? Lavey fires it out. Unkind bounce from Miller. Emerson. Bowen. Handball. Maloney. To Morrison, who should finish off their good work and misses. Well, that's poor for Morrison if she wanted her time again. I know kicking into a strong breeze.
Well, usually you back her in from there, but I just want to talk about Ash Maloney. I mean, she's up to the 8 disposals, 4 score involvements, and there's been a lot of almost plays, but every time the Cats have gone inside 50, you feel that she has been involved one way or the other.
Oh, there's the clunk of that from Brennan, a push. And it'll go the way of Darby. You can hear the breeze, the wind in our, picked up by our microphones. It is really, really blustery. So Maloney, as you said, Ruby, she's threatening. She's got it again. Short lead from Parry ignored. She goes short again, and this time she gets Parry on the second attempt.
Just good repetitive leads there by Parry. Sort of doubled back and was able to come back at her leg. It's a great kick there by Maloney, and just really good to slow this up and just have some really nice composure there going inside 50.
So Parry had a set shot up the other end in the opening quarter and couldn't convert. Coming into this one, she's booted 6 goals, 3. Can she curl it around? The breeze has got it, doesn't quite get the distance, and Dempsey, all the experience in the world, happy to see it over.
What's so impressive about Maloney is she's, 7 games into her career and she's producing what she's been able to produce so far, which is just football smart, which is incredible.
Oh, high leap from Mackenzie, but Prasparkas was in front, couldn't get her hands on it. Tackled by Kelly. No call from the umpire. And Meg McDonald, the skipper, hands it back to the umpire.
It's just been a really interesting midfield battle as well throughout the course of this game to start off with. Both teams are just backing in their own system, not necessarily either team's budging to sort of locate and just allowing their system to go to work.
Dempsey missed it. Opens the door for Crockett Grills. Got Conti for company. Conti doesn't lose too many one-on-ones. Featherston doesn't mind. Comes in and tackles Conti off the ball. Reset for another stoppage.
You see the inside 50s there. Geelong well and truly winning that forward ascendancy at the moment, giving their forwards plenty to work with.
Tigers with the numbers. Ali Dalloway streams away. Hosking over her head. She's got Maloney. And rather Darby looking to tackle her, who spins around twice. Mackenzie, good smother though. Hosking, effective. Handballs over her head. And they were caught over possessing it. Kearns will turn into strife here. Brennan almost got her. Webster. Well done, Geelong. They worked that well. That's late from Dempsey. Crockett Grills. Gunjaka. The defenders have run down. Skittles a couple. Eyes on the ball, well done by Smith. Prasparkas from a standing starter. One-on-one, it's Maloney. Graham will be nervous. Graham goes to ground. The umpire says, no, free kick. Going to Graham.
Loving the Cats' ability to just shift the ball off the line at the moment. Even going against the wind, they have the confidence to just take it off the line and create a run on the fat side of the ground. A lot more space to work in.
Gee, they're all over Richmond at the moment, aren't they? Zali Friswell with the turnover, the intercept mark, and now Emerson. Flicks it out wide to Bragg. Wants to come back in on her left. There's no one home. Kelly dropped what she could have taken. Opens the door for Maloney. Prasparkas. Umpire's blown his whistle. It's a free kick. Is it going the Cats' way? To Crockett Grills.
I think for a hold on that one, probably potentially should have been holding the ball initially, I think, but nonetheless, a great intercept mark there and a good opportunity by Friswell to go back inside 50.
They've been doing all the attacking. Can they punish them on the scoreboard? It's staying in play. Seymour. Maloney. To the other Maloney. The short and tall of it. Darcy to Ashling.
Because they're just creating this perceived pressure at the moment, Geelong. I mean, it's like Richmond errors to be dropping marks inside their defensive 50 the way that they are and the pressure that they're under at the moment.
Piling it on. Maloney fires it out. Featherston, she can smell a goal, but she can't produce a goal.
How positive for the Cats that they're getting this many looks at goal going against the wind. They're just not able to make the most of it at the moment. 0 goals, 3. So Dan Lowther will be disappointed with that if they go into half time without that bit of a bigger buffer that they probably deserve.
Still struggling to get it. Exit out of their 50. Lavey to Maloney. Conti rather. Mackenzie. McDonald. Did all the good body work on Cody Brennan and now it's locked in.
Just their team defence, Geelong, it's making it really hard for Richmond to have their natural game style. We know that they like to kick mark, handball receive and open the game up through the fat side, but Geelong are just cutting it off exceptionally well at the moment.
Morrison, Webster, got the game on their terms. Can they get reward on the scoreboard? Parry almost again. Tough tackle applied by Hicks. Holding the ball and gone. Richmond get a break that they need. Still looking for their first major of this match. Dempsey in her favoured wing, hitting up Brennan. Calls for the lead. sees something she likes and it's been picked off again by the Cats. Are they too predictable? Because that was easy pickings for Georgie Rankin.
I just think they read it exceptionally well. Like initially when that ball was the switch kick out wide, they just got the numbers across. And just Dempsey's mark as well to find Brennan on the lead. I think Katie Brennan just worked it really hard to get out to that fat side of the ground, but then she didn't have the numbers and support there to help her out.
Mackenzie, Egan, the two mids combined, curling it back or dropping it for the Cats. It was Thorn.
The danger for Tigers with these shallow entries is that's exactly where Geelong like to sit their spares, so they need to go deeper towards goal line with these entries to try and make something of it.
Egan comes out to Brennan. Can Katie produce something? And her left snap, left foot snap is missing. Sprays it to the left.
Well, this is what Richmond have been able to do really well the last few weeks, is lock it in their forward half. They've got the wind here. You'd like to see them be able to keep it here for the majority of the rest of this quarter.
So Kelly gets the free. And she's just going to bomb it long and strong. Luke's in that direction. Oh, you see her going back with the flight. The leaper in the pack.
Well, we look at the replay here. Well done, Poppy Kelly. Like we spoke about, just attacking that last line of defence, and it was Michaela Bowen, or Emerson rather, who was just caught on the wrong side of his ear.
In a swirling wind to go back with the flight and not know what's coming. That was a difficult mark to take. To break the drought, Yasir converts for the Tigers and gives them something to cheer about.
Well, it'll be interesting. The ball will go back to the middle, and now Geelong have been ranked last in the league for clearance, but they're actually dominating Richmond in that area at the moment, winning it +3, which is generally a strong place for Richmond, particularly given the personnel in there. So it'll come back to the centre with this breeze, 5 minutes left on the clock. You'd like to see the Tigers, I guess, really go to work in what they've been good at. But, I mean, we spoke to Dan Lowther pre-game, and he said, you know, there's no real plan for the Richmond mids. We're going to back in our individuals, and we're seeing the dominance of that at the moment. But that there by the Tigers was just created from them being able to keep the ball in their forward half and chipping away, not playing into Geelong's defenders' hands.
Here goes Prasparkas bursting out of the centre, tried to handball it over the top. It was stolen by Sheeran and Conti, and now Egan. Quick, active hands. Can they pounce and get 2 quick goals? Brennan's got a couple of Cats to beat. It'll roll all the way to Greiser. She want to get back on her right. Handballs to Brennan. Splits through the middle. Gives it off to Ford, who's met heavily. And that's Kearns, the Irish woman who got forward.
Pretty sore, as we see here, the pressure to come forward and wrap up that tackle. Really well done by Kearns.
She's got Ford splashed on her jumper as this major sponsor for the Cats, and she's tackling a Ford.
Either way, it was just great movement from Richmond there to transition the ball from sort of the defensive.
Look at that shiner.
Look at Shiner there.
Good egg on the head.
Oh, that
Take
is a
long to pop up.
bump. Wow.
Big hit.
Rachel Kearns from County Mayo.
As he was saying, though, Ellie, it was missing coming out of the middle, wasn't it?
As we have a look at that replay there, that was a big hit.
Going to blow up. Should be lucky to see out of that tomorrow. My goodness.
Which is something Richmond do extremely well, is that they just really hold their shape and they trust their players to get the ball forward. So Egan on that occasion was the attacking mid for Richmond and was able to get the ball forward of centre and enter inside 50 to Greiser, and it's just a great look for them being able to run and carry through the middle of the ground.
Greiser in the right. Conti had to lose it because she was about to be set upon. McDonald had it stripped from her. That is a rough tackle from Gunjaka. Conti's going to win the free. Was it a dangerous tackle? And as a result, there's a bit of afters between the players.
Conti will line up. We'll hopefully see that tackle again. I'm not sure whether it was dangerous or just had a little bit of extra love in it. We'll have a look here.
Might have had both. Yeah. Free kick for the superstar within range. Can she give them something to cheer about? She even Monconti's hitting the post. No one can work out this wind.
She almost did. You have to aim a little bit righter, particularly when you're going to the left of screen. Just to try and allow the wind to bring that ball back into. So it wasn't a bad attempt there, but it's a hard breeze to manage.
A couple of Tigers fly for it in the air. At ground level, it's the Cats. Friswell.
It really is a game of moments and being able to capture them. I think for Geelong, they dominated the first part of the second term and just weren't able to capitalise. And now Richmond look dangerous in attack here.
Hosking. Conti runs out of space.
The contest is just lifted as well, I think, after that Conti tackle, which I'm not sure if it was dirty. I think it was maybe in the back at the end, but there was definitely some, you see Georgie Prasparkas getting into it there, and there's a few bumps but off the ball now behind play, so I guess the pressure and the intensity in this game is definitely lifted.
Kelly, Reiser, Conti tries to keep it in, outside of the right boot. And there to save the day is Parry. He's come all the way down from the forward line. You can hear the officials on the bench yelling out to the players. 2 minutes to go. Big fly from Poppy. Trying to do a Matilda. Free kick to the Tigers.
Maloney just tapped it over the line.
Levy
tried to keep it in.
Goes. Can they get a mark here? Well, the Tigers couldn't, but Parry could. Are they flooding players back here? Is that what the Cats are doing?
Well, I think this stage of the quarter, you've got a minute 45 left. Being a forward behind the ball that can read it really well and just ensure there's no more scores for Richmond while they have the wind and reset coming into half-time.
We've seen a lot of that this round, which is contributing to the low scores, Ellie.
It is a little bit. Cal, particularly here, I mean, it's probably good for Geelong at this time of the game at the moment, going into the breeze.
Levy, can the Tigers pounce? Meg McDonald gets a kick away. Conti with the all-important mark.
This is probably part of it. When you drop numbers back behind the footy, sometimes you forget about these sort of players that lurk around the 50-metre arc and can take these intercept marks here. And there's probably one person you don't want it doing, taking those marks, and that's Conti.
In the swirling breeze, she's got the best skills in the game, the reigning best and fairest winner. Straight as an arrow, if you don't mind.
Well, she definitely learned from that last set shot on goal. Just hit the post about 3 minutes ago, so she adjusted to the wind and kicked truly. And we spoke about, we see this clearance from Meg McDonald, the skipper, probably just not where you want to be placing the ball. We spoke about how smart Conti is. She allows the really contested inside mids to get to work in there and sets herself up in that defensive positioning. We've seen her do it multiple times already in this game, and we've seen her create drive off the back of it. And it's basically what she did there. She held out beautifully, allowed the dump kick out, knowing there was too many numbers around the ball, and got her team in front leading into half-time.
So it was a real arm wrestle, wasn't it? And then in the last couple of minutes, Monconti, a couple of possessions, she's up to 12. She's got the most out there. She's kicked 1 goal, 1. And she's been the difference between these two sides in the last couple of minutes to give them the edge as we head into half-time. Darby, Bowen, Crockett Grills goes to ground. Lynch was the almost tackler, and now Miller can bomb it. Thought about the handball and then wobbles the kick. Gunjaka under the pump. Seconds ticking down. They don't want to concede another. They've done all the hard work. Happy to see a boundary throw in.
Really big
game with another big tackle.
That's it. A few really big physical moments from Sarah Hosking. Those are the kind of moments that lift your team. You see pressure forwards doing them, and you see the Richmond girls get around her for it.
Can the Cats hold them up for 11 more seconds? Kelly reaches up over the top. Webster handballs into space. Morrison, all the experience just to trot it over. I'll try and hear from Monconti as they huddle and head to the change rooms at half-time. Tigers trail by 7 points, goalless in that first term. But they're going to take a 5-point lead into half-time, looking to cement their spot in the top 4. It's 2-5-17 to Geelong 1-6-12. Conti broke the game open in those last couple of minutes. She's had 13 disposals, the most on the ground for 1 goal, 1. Egan has supported her with 12 and Ellie McKenzie with 9. What a midfield trio they are. And for the Cats, usually on kick-in duties, Edmondson with 12, Georgie Prasparkas with 10. We can get down to Megan Waters, who's with the woman of the moment. Megan.
The woman of the moment every week. Mon, you were absolutely crunched at one point out there. How's your bod? You all right?
Yeah, you don't really feel it when you're on the field, but yeah, it was a pretty tough tackle. That's what Geelong bring. They're a tough contested team, so you've got to expect it.
Well, speaking of a tough contested team, you really fought your way back into that. It's been a really aggressive game of footy. How do you girls maintain this same energy and momentum now ahead of this second term?
They start really strong, so we have to absorb that pressure and sort of bring our game back to them. And we know that we're playing consistent four-quarter footy, and we just have to make sure we maintain that.
Well, good luck, Mon. You're doing so well. I think you kicked a goal. You've got it behind. 12 touches at the moment. You're smashing it. Go get it, girl.
She'll be loving that she got the reminder of the behind. But anyway, 2 goals, 3 they put on in that quarter to just 3 behinds to Geelong. And they've got their nose in front as they turn for the main break. Back with the second half, not too far away. Richmond at their home ground will be calling their all one-eyed Tigers fans to find their voice and bring them home in this second half. Last 2 goals of the contest, and they lead it by 5 points at the major break. 2-5-17 to Geelong, 1-6-12. Had a lot of heat in this contest. It is 16 degrees on this sunny Saturday afternoon, but very breezy indeed. Monconti with the 13 disposals and Emerson with 12 for the Cats. Let's have a look at our Chemist Warehouse halftime highlights. The injured Bulldogs star, Ellie Blackburn, is here with us.
Yeah, it's just been a really interesting, tight battle to start off this game, and a lot of it's been a lot of Maloney highlights, I think, early on in the game, and it led to this Sermon goal, which was really impressive for her to adapt to the breeze and go back and kick truly. And then it was Richmond led through Poppy Kelly with this great running back mark by Yasia. And again, goes back and kicks truly. It was when Richmond started to take the game on, got a bit more opportunity in their forward half, in the second half of that second term. And then Geelong dropped numbers all behind the footy, but Monconti was sort of lurking at the top of the 50 and just read that ball exceptionally well, and had a shot on goal just prior and just missed, and then adapted and was able to kick truly.
Let's have a look at, hasn't necessarily been a matchup, but 2 stars in the midfield, Georgie Prasparkas and Monconti. So Conti's a 5-time All-Australian, remarkably, and Prasparkas, still young, 21 years of age, has won the 1 All-Australian.
Yeah, it's a great battle, these two. And they're just so young and just so well composed when they get the footy in hand as well. And now with their experience coming into the team, I think it's just exceptional what these 2 players are doing. And this is where the game's going, is seeing more and more of these players. So it's been a great battle. Prasparkas up to the 11 disposals. 9 of those have been contested. But then Monconti, she's had the 13, the 4 score involvements, a goal to her name. And just the work rate that these 2 midfield sort of young guns have is just exceptional for their team, and 2 very reliable players, and they're just fun to watch, aren't they, Cal? They're just so exciting the way they move and use the footy and the excitement and energy that they bring to the game.
Well, they bring fans through the gates, don't they? And that's what we've seen here today. Pride round, plenty of colours. Love the Guernseys that both teams are playing. You see Sean Hampson there, the former Carlton and Richmond ruck, who plays a big role behind the scenes in this Tigers team. Still plenty of footy to come on Fox Footy Live to go today. We go back to back with AFLW games. The next one is in Brisbane. We're going to go north for Brisbane and Sydney at Brighton Homes Arena. So the Tigers lead it by 5 points. And one of the heart and soul of this side, playing her 50th game today, is Kate Dempsey. Down on the boundary is Megan Waters with a special guest.
I am indeed, Cal. I'm here with Kate's beautiful wife, Ellie, and their daughter, Pippa. Ellie, you must be so proud. I mean, your wife is a history maker for this club. 50th game, longest serving tie. What a beautiful journey she's been on.
Yeah, it's been absolutely incredible, and we're so thankful to have come along for the ride, especially the last couple of years, having Pippa involved. It's so special.
Well, speaking of Pippa, she really is the star of the show. I see her all over the Richmond women's socials. Have we got a future AFLW Richmond superstar on our hands here?
I definitely think so. The first mother-daughter pick, hopefully, in 2035.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Let's say, go Mum, Pippa. Go Mama. Go Tags. Thanks so much, Ellie.
See ya.
And I did hear from a Tigers player who told me 7 years ago to the day, Kate Dempsey rocked up here for VFL trials thinking, you just never know. I've always wanted to play a bit of footy. And here she is 7 years later, and back in 2017, and she's out here playing.
Well, it's incredible where we see in some of the stories, we see players coming through, and she's such an integral part to this Richmond outfit now.
Can the Tigers get the win for her? Or can the Cats rally and keep their season alive? Here on cue is Dempsey looping the handball over to Mackenzie. A little quieter this afternoon compared to a stunning game last week. A couple of bounces and then the delivery into Brennan. Brilliant.
And that's what Mackenzie can do so well. Just a run and carry, and then ability to get the ball inside 50 to a leading target, and Katie Brennan, who's number one in the competition for marks on a lead. So just the way those two are able to connect, and well, their mids and forwards connect in general, it's really impressive to watch.
It is a good stat, Ellie. Can she add the finishing touches to a beautiful passage of play for the Tigers? Doesn't have the distance. Rankin going to back herself in. This is Anna Rose Kennedy. Lynch. Loose ball. Umpire says free kick going to Geelong. Featherstone will take it. Crockett Grills. Couple of leads in the sunshine. Towards the ruck she goes. Kelly, nice position, strong hands.
Just well read there by Kelly. Was able to come off Darby there and intercept.
Sets it up for drop, Greiser. You could hear her say me, me, me as she charged in. Great communication.
If you hear Greiser saying me, 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 you get the hell out of the way.
Target was Brennan. Strong hands, the definition of strong hands. A couple of great contested marks. Trying to finish it off. Hosking, can she get boot to ball? Wheels around, handballs back to Brennan. Sizes them up and curls it back beautifully, but it's touched on the line.
Well, that was a nice play by Richmond there. Just a few of their tools and strong contested marks getting involved. Firstly by Kelly, just read it exceptionally well with the intercept through to Greiser and Brennan. Just they're the type of chains and link-ups that you want to be able to have.
Maloney brings it back in. Hicks, and it's held up. Let's get down to Megan Waters with an injury update.
Yeah, we saw Rachel Kearns really have a pretty brutal head knock in that second quarter, and I've just heard back from the club. She's just gone down for a concussion test, and we won't be seeing her back out there this afternoon.
And a pretty massive bump on the corner of her eye as well. Hopefully that concussion isn't too bad. It's been an interesting battle, Seymour and Parry. Here it is, right eye, straight into the head of Ford. Kelly slaps it down. Bowen fires it out. Prasparkas just dribbles. Oh, Maloney almost over her head. And up to the task was Graham. Got a crucial Little hand in there to stop the Sharon going cleanly over Maloney's head.
Jeez, that could have been really impressive there by Maloney. Just so unpredictable again, but great work here by Geelong. They're just looking a little bit dangerous inside their 50. Prasparkas on the move. Morrison's lurking. Sermon's there as well.
Murray with a win in the ruck. Sermon picks it up.
You'd love to see some movement through the stoppage here. We know how damaging Prasparkas and Morrison are when they get on the move and get that ball in their hands.
Seymour with the exiting kick. Greiser. Almost stolen by Friswell, and Greiser tackles her.
Feels like Richmond has grown into this game through all three lines. Their mids have just adapted slightly to the pressure Geelong were bringing, and they're matching them around that area. So Geelong's ball use and hard ball gets at the moment, nothing's easy for them. They're really having to work.
And another stoppage. Geelong by 7 at quarter time. It's the Tigers by 5 at half time.
I think we spoke about it throughout that second term, how Geelong were able to get on top in terms of a clearance point of view, Ruby, but Richmond had been able to fight back that dominance, leading by 2.
Here's Morrison, dabs it out in front of Parry. It clears her head, overrunning it, almost Miller, went back, got it, set upon by 3 Cats.
This is an opportunity here for those smalls and mids for Geelong to get on the move here.
Fighting and scrapping. Ball up, top of the goal square.
So Geelong really well set up behind the footy, still inside their forward 50.
Webster stripped. Hicks leaves it for Mackenzie. Lynch rather. Seymour brought down. Good tackle, Maloney.
Just makes it so hard for Richmond once they do gain possession to kick it out. I mean, 3 Cats ahead of any of the next Richmond opponent.
The most nervous player out there is Graham. She's standing side by side. Maloney in the goal square. Kelly's happy just to flick it back over.
It's a tough task. We know Maloney can find space inside a phone box, so it's a pretty daunting task. Her agility, and I mean, we saw her before try to have a snap over her head, was still pretty well defended, but Graham doing very well so far.
Can the Cats produce something here? Give the Tigers something to think about. Prasparkas tries to find space, can't break the tackle of Hicks, well done. Comes back to Maloney, to Prasparkas, quick to Morrison. Morrison throws it on the boot, and it's marked by Maloney on the line. Has the mark been paid? It has. What does she do? She has no idea what she's going to do, the Irish woman. We never know what she's going to do. We are on the edge of our seats.
She's got to go the snap here.
The snap? She's trying to work it out. The banana? The snap? It's Magic Maloney again. We're all tied up.
Well, it was well done by Geelong's midfielders. They were the ones who created that out of stoppage. Michaela Bowen was involved. Georgie Prasparkas was involved, as we see it here. Just continuing to get those hands. We know handballs can invite pressure, but their ability to hit their targets. And Nina Morrison, I reckon she might have been going for goal, but it doesn't matter if you miss when you got Ash Maloney on the line. A beautiful around the corner finish there by her, and a big reward for effort as well for the game she's putting together. 13 disposals. She's got 7 score involvements and now has a goal to it. And we see the leading goal kickers.
And she moves up to second on that list, closing in on Smith for the Brisbane Lions. Let's get down to Eilish Sheeran, who joins us on the boundary. Eilish, it's game on now, well and truly. How intense is it out there?
Yeah, it's very hot. It's a bit of a cat fight, some would say. Both teams really value that post-clearance contested possession, so we knew it would be a really tough day today.
And Eilish, you started to get on top of Geelong late in that second term. What was the message going into half-time to come out of the break and get firing for this third term?
I think it's just continuing to, play our way, really go hard, step in, go after those ground balls, contested possession, and, just put the foot down. It's a bit of an arm wrestle. You see it go back and forward. So, just keep playing our way.
Have you had to change the way you go inside forward 50 a little? We know Geelong like to sort of stay shallow entries and drop a spare behind the ball. Have you had to think your way around that?
Yeah, structurally we've changed up a little bit just to even out ahead of the ball. So holding out those 5 forwards ahead of the ball just to make sure we kind of nullify that spare.
Love the insights. Thank you for your time, Ailish. Get back out there.
Thanks, guys.
Ailish Sheeran, star of the game, 2-time All-Australian. As the Cats go forward once again, Bowen, back, snap, Thorn, misses everything. Rush of blood.
They're having some really big moments or opportunities here for Geelong's point of view and just aren't able to capitalise on it. This has sort of been a little bit of their story throughout the course of the season that we've touched on already, but this is a really important moment here in the last 8 minutes of this third term to really capitalise on the opportunity that they have.
And Lady kept in playing, she couldn't have thought.
2 goals, 6, Ellie. I think if you're the Cats and you go into three-quarter time without a bit more of a buffer, you're pretty nervous against these Tigers. We know with that wind they're able to find scores and probably haven't shown that as much in that first half, but you worry about them coming into the fourth quarter and their experience they have around the ground.
Tigers will come home with the wind and the fans as the umpire spotted something and said it's a Geelong free kick. So the Cats need the lead at three-quarter time.
Bowen trying to give it off.
Yeah, trying to work out who's actually got it.
It's probably pretty clever by Bowen to give it off to someone with the bigger boot. I mean, I'm not actually sure whose free kick it was, but smart if it was on purpose. Anyway, give it to someone who's a pretty handy set shot in parry and experienced forward.
So just the one behind this afternoon. A couple of set shots, though, for Parry. The wind's tricky. She'd need to thread it, and she does. Cats back in front.
It was great work there by Geelong just to keep that pressure in their forward half of the ground, and in particular their forward 50. I think it was for incorrect disposal, that free kick, and Parry was able to go back and kick truly in what's been trying conditions with this breeze, but you spoke to it, Ruby, and it's important to get that little bit of a buffer, particularly while you've got the breeze in the third term, and know that it's going to be a bit of a battle, particularly with the way Richmond like to move it. So good opportunity there by Geelong and well capitalised by Parry.
All 5 goals in this contest have been kicked to the left of screen. Similar to Alberton the other night with your game, Ruby, because of the breeze.
Yeah, absolutely. It can play a massive effect, but I mean, the promising thing for the Cats is they have had scoring shots down the other end.
Conti leaving them all in a spin towards the skipper. In fact, it was Hosking rather. Greiser handballs out into space. Clever. Knew the pressure was there. Emerson accepted the ball and knew that the tackle from Greiser was coming. Greiser in the ruck, reaching up over the top. Hurried kick out of that pack. Here's Yasia. She'll set off after it. Well done by Kennedy to get the kick away only as far as Hicks. Jodie Hicks spears it. And at the back was Yasia waiting with the quick snap and goal. It's the quick reply from the Tigers. And it's all tied up again.
Beautifully done by the Tigers, trapped it in their forward half, and just as you say, Kel, all goals have been kicked down Punt Road end. We see Richmond go up against the wind and produce that goal. I mean, we saw Katie Brennan stream out of the goal square looking for the lead, and beautifully done by Yasia, who just allowed that lead to happen. It's pretty daunting as a defender when you've got their key forward streaming out. You need to pay so much attention that then that's when your small forwards can get to work. It hits the ground. It only takes a split second for a defender to switch off, and a small forward like Amelia Yasia makes them pay.
It's important here for both teams to get the first clearance as well as Geelong do.
Miller. All over Sermon. She won't like the treatment she's received. And it is a free in the back. So Sermon. Energizer Bunny. Parry with the leap. They come in from all angles, waiting at the back. Oh, Maloney again hits the post. You can't help but get excited every time she gets her hands on the yellow Sharon.
Well, she's starting in full forward every centre bounce. She's had 18 disposals, 7 contested possessions, 4 inside 50s, 8 score involvements and 1 goal won. That is the type of game and player Ash Maloney is. I mean, how are those for full forward numbers?
It's very impressive, the type of game that's evolving as well, and she just looks so dangerous every time she's gone near it. She's so unpredictable, and you just never know what you're going to get from her.
Sort of get your backside half off the seat, Ellie, don't you? Your arms go up. Just need to be a footy fan, not necessarily a Cats fan, to get excited.
I think it's great for the game though, Cal, just the excitement of these types of players coming through and being part of our game, and you're seeing more and more of it, particularly as this season goes on, and Maloney's definitely one of those players for Geelong.
It's a season-shaping contest, this one. Cat season would just about be done if they can't get a win here today, you'd think. Sermon, tackled to the turf. For the 2 wins, 3 games to go, you need 6 really to get in. So, yeah, they need this. This is must-win for them. Webster. Sheeran. Spun around 3 times holding the ball. Well done. So, Bella Smith doesn't want to back herself in from there, so just goes the short pass, clever, tighter angle but closer. This is Darcy Maloney. She wants to give it off as well. Not confident. From right on the boundary line. Has a ping. Was close. Eventually right across the face.
Richmond's defenders worked really hard then to keep Ash Maloney off of the goal line. They can sense how dangerous she's been this game. We're seeing multiple of the Richmond defenders just putting body on, not allowing an easy run back for a mark there, so well done.
Miller thumps it, looking for Greiser. Knuckled down by Luke. Frizzle's there at the fall of the ball. Hosking. Richmond player goes down. It's Conti. Wins the free.
It's just a good battle there. A couple of tough players going at it, and Conti just rewarded with the free kick, and just her ability to sort of keep her feet and will then draw a free kick as well. It's just impressive to watch.
Shearing goes back with the flight bravely, and then the fend off on Prasparkas. Morrison shoved underneath it. Hosking bursts through, and Maloney gets her, and they come in. Hosking doesn't like it. Push and shove, feeling in this.
Well, and he's got to be careful not to give away a 50 here. It would be an absolute coach killer with 2 minutes left on the clock. When Richmond are going against the wind, cannot give them any more forward territory.
Real tug of war, goal for goal in this pivotal third term. Down the line towards Luke. McKenzie rides a bump, gives it back to Levy. Standing start, puts it out in front of Brennan. Backing back Morrison. Reads it best. Quick couple of kicks and they get it to centre half back. Caitlin Thorne only played not even a handful of AFLW games. That's a great kick to Crockett Grills on the outer side. Spears the pass. Maloney, another possession. She's got the runners. Crockett Grills wedges it over the top, and that's disappointing in the end. Trying to go end to end the Cats. Hicks.
Yeah,
Start a run.
That was a great build up there by Geelong. Unfortunately, weren't able to finish off their work. there almost probably shouldn't have got the handball received Crockett Gills from Maloney because they just didn't have the numbers on that fat side of the ground. But, geez, it was a nice build-up, and that's how good they can be, Geelong. Just that kick inboard to take the game on, switch it and open the game up.
Look at the crowd hanging over the fence. There's such a great vibe here at Punt Road. There's a line up for the ice cream stand. In the sunshine on this glorious Saturday afternoon. Live and exclusive, Fox Footy, AFLW week number 7. Inside 50. Can the Cats score one here? Or blow and turn back into trouble. Stripped of it, McKenzie flicks it out. Unkind bounce it was for Hosking. Graham mops up. Oh, that's a crucial fumble by Seymour. Graham's got it again. 18 seconds to go before three-quarter time. Hosking for Sparkus. There's a lot on the line going into this final term. These two sides do not like each other. Then push and shove off the ball all afternoon. Morrison Hosking, she won't like that treatment.
There's a fair bit of push and shove out there, isn't there, at the moment? A lot of feeling in this one.
Hosking falls over her head to space. And it's all set up, ladies and gentlemen. This week 7 clash. Oh, here we go again, right in front of the umpire. Plenty of verbal taunts. Sheeran's involved. These two sides do not like each other. Gunjaka comes in, so too does Brennan. We might have an all-in melee here.
Where's Megan Waters? Get her in there.
Oh, well, settle down. Go and grab a cup of tea, coffee, and get ready for this last quarter. They don't like each other. Tigers playing for 4th spot or to stay in the 4. Cats season on the line. It's the Cats by 2 points at the last change.
If you own a small business, you know the day goes fast. There's orders to make, stock to manage, suppliers to pay, but there are also opportunities not to be missed. Amex Business Cards support cash flow, fuel growth, and reward you for being busy. Because business doesn't stop, and neither do you. Cards for businesses on the grow. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Got my Ryobi trim.
Impeccable edge, made by OnePlus George. Ryobi.
Where's Bizza? I'll light a fire under him using my place IQ. Time to rise and shine, Bizza mother.
stand out wherever she goes near it. 11 goals for the season. She is second on the goal kicking table. It's Richmond 24, it's Geelong 26. Ladies, get sensible, because out there these two teams do not like each other. Push, shove, even a bit of trash talking right on the siren at the end of that third quarter time.
Well, there's Maloney, the headlight, and she has been impressive. But no, there has been plenty of beef on that three-quarter siren there, Kel. There was plenty to look for, and we see it there, a little strike to the belly from Nina Morrison, it looked like, and Caitlin Greiser just flying the flag. So we'll see what happens here in this last quarter. Richmond coming home with the breeze. They're going to try and make the most of it. Just the 2-point buffer for Geelong coming into this quarter. So we spoke about it, Ellie. We said, you know, for Geelong to really, I guess, be in this game and try to come away with the 4 points, maybe they needed a bigger buffer. We know how damaging the Tigers can be.
Must win for the Cats. They're all but out of the finals race if they drop it, given the difficulty of their fixture on the run home. And the Tigers are pushing for top 4, particularly with the Hawks getting a massive win over the West Coast Eagles earlier today. 5 clear teams don't fit into 4, so the race for the top 4 is wide open as well. Settle in. 16 minutes. It'll be fascinating. Conti wobbles it. Rankin drops it, goes back, gets it. Great second effort to McDonald. Fumble. Brennan with the tackle. Sheeran, who's been in everything, including the bit of biff. And Crockett Girls emerges with the ball.
Really good pressure there by Crockett Girls. It's important here to find a target and have good composure going forward.
She isn't able to do that. Dempsey with a little give and go, and then from 50, puts it over the head of Greiser. Hasn't quite got enough oomph on it. Oh, Greiser, a chance. Brennan, goal. Tigers back in front.
Well, it looks like Gunjaka's trying to say that it's touched, and the umpires are having a little chat on the line here. And they're bringing it back. They're saying it is touched.
So she has to make a call. And now what will be happening is the ball tracking score assist will be looking at it. And while that happens, let's get down to Megan Waters.
Yeah, Cal, I was listening into their mids coach, Sean Hampson, and their message was that their contested pressure was way down. So the key feedback from him was that they really need to lift in the pressure department, but they have got the breeze in their favour this term, so to really use that as their advantage, which looks like they've got off to a good start now. But the crowd is certainly getting rowdy. There has been a fair bit of beef, hasn't there? And yeah, the Tiger Army is certainly up and about down here at ground level.
Yeah, and it happened right in front of you, Megs. Ruby was disappointed you didn't get out there and try and separate them. So, confirmation, it was a minor score as Maloney comes up with possession number 19. Beth Lynch, brother Tom watching in the stands. Graham does well. Dempsey. And Darby chops it off.
This is sort of what they'll have to do to be able to score in this final term, is just be able to find those kick marks. There was great pressure there by Dempsey.
Here it is. Here's the replay. Oh, right. So Gunjaka, good call. Well done by the goal umpire. Clearly touched. Chris Sparkus nudged off it by Sheeran. Brute strength, Dempsey. Conti. Oh, Conti might bomb it from here. It's going to roll through. No, hits the post. A couple of almost moments for Tigers fans there. Brennan with the snap that went through but was touched, and Conti into the post.
Well, Geelong need to think their way through exiting D50. We saw at the first 3 quarters their ability to shift the line, but
Gunjaka's kick.
Not how to do it.
Out of bounds on the full.
Looking down the line, it's just all Richmond. Richmond are really well set up behind the footy. It's creating these re-entries.
So the lefty in the left forward pocket at the punt road end, Mackenzie. She knows how to kick a Sharon. She knows how to kick it right on the line. The toe, no. Poppy Kelly put out the black boot.
It was a decent effort from Mackenzie. She kind of just waltzed into it as well. It didn't look like she was giving it her all, but got fairly onto it. It was strong, just a touch on the line.
Maloney again.
Great body work.
She's been the most exciting player on the park today. Morrison short. Going to work their way.
It's been where they've been caught a couple of times in this final term. They've been able to get it to sort of 70 metres away from goal, and just Richmond's defence has held up nicely and being able to cause a turnover for them.
Webster with the intercepting mark. Started the season at halfback. He's had to play in the mid a bit with the best player, Amy McDonald, out with a hamstring injury. At the back, Egan. Quick hands. Oh! Well, Bowen was the jockey and Charlie Ryan was the horse in that situation. Goodness, they've been fierce attack at the ball this afternoon.
Both of them straight back up and straight back into it once again. Good tackle from Bowen.
Darby picked up by Maloney. Beautiful pick up. It'll sit here. Friswell, Webster, Darby, all under pressure. Graham, tackled. Is that holding the ball umpire? No, he says continue on. And it'll be a ball up.
It's been a good build-up here by Geelong, just slowly being able to work it up the ground. Have a few stoppages, just work it up here. It's important now that the ball's locked inside their forward 50. They keep it here for a little bit of time, try and score, get a goal here.
5 lead changes in this enthralling tactical duel so far this afternoon. It's the Tigers by a point. Cats trying to hold on for dear life. And Richmond kicking with the breeze. Emerson, here's Morrison. She's had her chances this afternoon. Too slow. Yasir's got it. Umpire doesn't blow his whistle. Comes back. Crockett Grills throws it on the boot from the standing start. Almost a mark to parry. Oh, too high.
It looked like it was there. Seymour just... it's a tough job trying to body out Parry. She's so strong, so composed in the contest and knows exactly where to put you to create that contest, particularly in the air. And Seymour just didn't quite know what to do with it and arm just slipped up above the shoulder.
4th set shot this afternoon for Jackie Parry for 1 goal 1. This will be her biggest kick of the day. For the 6th lead change this afternoon to keep their season alive. Parry, perfect.
Talk about capturing moments and doing what you need to do for your team. Initially, it was great pressure from Yasir from Richmond, but then great body work there by Parry just to work her way to the front. Received the free kick against Seymour. Just a great finish there and just knows how important that goal is in the context of their season, Cal. I mean, that's a huge moment for Geelong.
And look at this real arm wrestle that we've seen this afternoon. Geelong with the early lead by 7 at quarter time. Richmond by 5 at half time. Geelong by 2 at 3/4 time. And they're clinging on. Life and death for them this afternoon. Bragg into the ruck. Big ask against Poppy Kelly. Kelly launches up over the top. Christakis, though, breaks clear of Conti, gets the kick away. Seymour, a little toe poke. Lavey leaves it for Miller, who's tackled by Bowen.
Big centre clearance from Georgie Christakis. She's been working all day, putting together a solid game, the 17 touches. It's her clearance work that's really impressed me.
Conti to Egan. Christakis makes sure she's going nowhere.
5 clearances for Christakis.
Both miss it in the air. Kelly makes sure of it at ground level, though. Out in front of Emerson and Ford. Emerson sees it over. Slapped down by Sheeran. Egan hits Conti. Crockett Grills. Wheels around, wants to go. Awkward ball. Who can control it? Lavey applies the tackle on Bowen.
Crockett Grills, a few really big moments in this last quarter. She's playing as that spare behind the footy. We saw it was her kick to parry that resulted in that goal. She's just working really hard all around the ground.
So the live ladder would have the Cats up to 11th spot and just 2 points out of the 8 if they can hold on here this afternoon. And the Tigers, a win for them, would put them in the top 4 with 3 weeks remaining. Sheeran, Egan, Lavey, forward. Good hands. Chance for Ryan. Goes towards Greiser. The umpire says it's a free kick. Which way is it going? You can tell by their reaction there. Not the Tigers' way.
Well, you felt like it probably could have gone either way.
It was a good one-on-one tussle, wasn't it?
It was a really good one-on-one. Obviously, maybe just a grab at the jumper can often give it away when you're that last line. But worked into Long's favour that time.
Yeah, it was Luke in that tussle with Gunjaka. Good spoil up over the top by Seymour.
We haven't seen a lot of Richmond's ball movement in this final term. We know that they like to sort of find those chip marks, get the ball to the open side and open the game up, but Geelong are just covering it so well. They've got one-on-ones all around the ground to cover it.
Sheeran. Emerson going nowhere. Delicately poised. Luke in the ruck. Egan. Dempsey. Out wide. Here's Sheeran on her left. She's a class player. And she celebrates in the pocket as the Tigers fans all go up. The yellow and black army trying to bring them home in this final term.
Well, it was a 4:50 stoppage for the Tigers, and they just had representation out the back. Too many numbers free. It was Grace Egan got in there, got dirty, flicked it out to Kate Dempsey, the 50-game player, and just a clever little kick in, and Sheeran, the beneficiary of it. A nice little left snap, kick truly, and it puts the Tigers up by a point.
So look at that, goal for goal pretty much. Those last 8 goals. It's a brilliant contest in brilliant sunshine. We're enjoying AFLW Season 9.
Important clearance coming up. We've seen Georgie Prasparkas be really solid in this.
Tigers by 1 point. Egan grubbers it. Dempsey in her 50th, reading it well. To Brennan on the chest. Not for the first time today we've seen those two team up together. KB's too far to score. She just thumps it long and almost there. Got her hands to it, did Charlie Ryan. Well done.
Well, they're a bit more up and about here, Richmond. They've got a little bit more energy around the footy. Just the way that they were able to get that ball inside 50 then. Just, it was good out of the centre, something that they like and work towards.
Deep inside 50 here for the Tigers with that narrow 1 point lead. Morrison goes without it. Egan, handballs, looking for Yasir. She's beaten 2. Beaten 2 goals. Lily Yasir.
They can't get caught in this part of the ground, Geelong. They need to get the ball moving really hard in this wind to move the ball up that far side.
Luke goes to ground. Umpire doesn't blow any whistle. Out to Cocky in space. And across the face.
Probably one area where sort of in these last few moments of the game that Geelong are getting sucked into the contest a lot. They're trying to get their hands on the footy, and Richmond are just holding their numbers and holding their shape around the contest. And Conchi's done it a couple of times. We've seen Sheeran do it as well. Mackenzie's been involved in it as well. So something for Geelong to be mindful of.
1 goal 3 for Conti this afternoon. She's been the Tigers' best. Maloney's been the best for the Cats. And you just feel like one of them's going to have a big moment in this final term as Webster's run down holding the ball. Free kick for the Cats. And it'll go to Caitlin Thorne in her third AFLW game. Shorts it. Well done to Morrison. Well-weighted pass under pressure.
It was for the third game of the pressure there.
Yep.
With the tackle and then the fine Morrison. That's just great footy there.
5 minutes in the ball game. Morrison goes towards Maloney. She gets her hands on it. She's brought down. And now it'll be a ball up. A little proppy. Morrison. Hands clear to Darby. Throws it on the blue boots. And Darby puts it through. The blue boots, red hot for the Cats. And they are back in front.
Well, that's where Kate Darby can get to work. Poppy Kelly is on the bench, so she's the dominant ruck on the ground at the moment, going up against the secondary ruck. It was a stoppage, and they just got to work, and well done to Darby to stay involved post that hit out. As we see the replay here, ball goes up, just gets it out, and well done, Nina Morrison keeps the ball moving with the pressure as well, stands up in the tackle, just shrugs off her opponent, gets it to Darby, who manages to get it through, and a good celebration to go with it as well, as we see here. Michaela Bowen very excited.
So a pulsating arm wrestle unfolding at Punt Road Oval. 4 lead changes in this quarter alone. We've had 8 for the game. Can the Tigers hit back quickly? Mackenzie with the clearance out of the centre. Meg McDonald loops it up to Webster. Oh, and her kick's gone straight to Dempsey. What a game she's playing. Dempsey doesn't waste any time. Can usually find Brennan. Instead goes for Greiser. Waiting at the back is Yasir. Couple of Cats go to ground. Yasir, can she boot her third? Outside of the boot. And Morrison's there. Umpire says free kick. It's free kick going to Yasir.
Yeah. I think it was a bit of a slim tackle they called for it on that occasion.
After she kicked it.
So she'll still have to kick it from a tight angle in that front pocket.
Let's have a look at the replay here. Just let's fling there with the momentum.
Georgie Rankin giving away the free. Dangerous tackle. Yasir's kick 2. 1 in the second quarter, 1 in the third. Can she take her moment in the fourth? Can she thread it? Millie Yasir. Heroic. 3 goals and her team's back in front.
Great work there by Richmond to get that ball forward. In particular by Dempsey, just held her structure and shape really nicely to intercept the mark and get the ball back inside their forward 50. And great work by Yasir. I mean, she's just so lively around goal. She's so hard to defend, and
there's just something in those blue boots. It was Darby at one end. Blue suede shoes for Millie Yasir.
I just found it really interesting in that last centre clearance as well from Geelong's point of view. They got the lead back. There's a few minutes left to go in the game, or 4 minutes left to go in the game, and they didn't go one-on-one to try and defend it and lock it in. And now they've got to go and reset and try and back in their system.
Darby, Webster. Don't tell me there's going to be a Cats quick reply. Oh, Sermon's been held by Hicks off the ball. Free kick, advantage Geelong. It goes inside 50 quickly. Here's Maloney. She streaks away. Maloney with the handball over the top to the other Maloney. It was Aisling to Darcy, but they couldn't get it done, the 2 Maloneys.
Too unselfish, Ash Maloney, I reckon. She's a pretty skilled player. Could have had a ping.
Prasparkas in front position, can't get her boot to ball. It's desperate. And that was Bowen. Couldn't quite hack it through.
Now they need to be quick to set up here, the Cats. They can't allow an easy exit. Ellie McKenzie by herself out in the wing. This is the easy exit I'm talking about.
Oh, and she's taken high by Darby. No free kick, umpire. Okay. Interesting call. Kelly. It'll land here looking towards Yasir and Rankin over the top. Big ball to be won. Who can grab it? It's fumble city because of the pressure applied by both teams. This is intense. A season shaping, 2 minutes to go for these two teams. Tigers holding on by 1 point. Kelly with the kick. Only as far as Emerson. Can she control it? Brennan bearing down, wraps her up in a huge tackle. Season slipping away for Geelong. They've got a tough road home. Brisbane, West Coast Eagles and Adelaide. Kelly over the top. Sheeran leaves it for Conti. Dance through a space where she shouldn't have. Dallymore grubbers it. Bouncing ball. Yasir's kick through. Loops the handle to Sheeran. Oh, she's gone. She's been hit from all angles. Umpire says play on. Crocker Grills gives it back to Kennedy. Curling ball. It'll sit for Mackenzie. You think she'd want to get onto her left. Maloney's everywhere. Ashley Maloney is down back, up forward, saving the game, trying to get the Cats over the line. There's a throw. It's a throw and a free kick going to Geelong.
I feel like there could have been 3 or 4 whistles blown then, and
They've put their whistles away, haven't they, Ruby?
I feel like the throw was actually Crockett Grills.
Kelly with a strong mark in a one-on-one contest with Bragg.
It's really smart there by Kelly. Just looked back at the bench and got some good instructions just to kick this one long to the pocket.
That's exactly what she does. Grice is waiting at the back. Oh, Brennan taken down in the marking contest. Does she win a free? Push. And it is a free kick to Brennan.
With Brennan's experience, 51 seconds on the clock, you'll think she'll take her full 30, won't rush through it at all. So we have a look at the free here.
Was it there?
Yeah, just sort of flattened, didn't get a hand to the footy. Pretty fair enough.
Wait, you can hear them calling out saying, KB, wait. She doesn't hear them. She plays on. She says, why, when you can kick a Sharon like that and celebrate in front of the Tigers army.
And almost every player on the field gets around her. What a sealer. You can hear the coach, wait, almost begging her to hold up, but KB going,
yellow and black, baby, all the way.
Hold my drink, coach. I'll take this one. And why not? With a shoe like that, in a clutch moment, dragging her team over the line. Beautifully done.
Just really impressive there by Katie Brennan. Just a real leadership moment for her to capitalise in, and he's probably kicked quite a few goals here at Punt Road, so knows the breeze quite well and the ground quite well. So really good moment there to capitalise on that then.
Can they create something almost impossible here? Trailing by 7 points. Lynch marks, streams away. Down to Greiser in front of this vocal pocket. They're loving everything they do. Greiser easily steps around Gunjaka. Kicks on the outside of the boot. Yasir. That would have been for 4 if she'd got that. Friswell kicks away. Mackenzie can to the drop. Good spoil from Crocker Grills. And the Tigers win it. The Tigers just about kill the Cats season and they're into the top 4. Changes all up in this fascinating duel. Geelong by 7 at quarter time, Richmond by 5 at half time, Geelong by 2, but the Tigers flew home to seal the victory, all thanks to Captain Fantastic Katie Brennan with a goal in the final minute. Let's get down to Megan Barnard.
I'm here with Kate Dempsey. You're very emotional, far out. That was such a gritty win. Talk us through how you're feeling right now.
I think I'm a bit in shock. I'm a bit in awe of what the girls put up and the fight that we've shown. We've owed Geelong a big game for a long time, and we respect them as opposition. They're hard to beat every day, and I can't believe it.
Well, congratulations to you. We had your family, we had a conversation with your beautiful wife, Ellie, your gorgeous daughter. I'll tell you what, your mates were rowdy in that last turn. You must be so proud to win in front of a home crowd on your 50th. What a journey you've gone on. You must be stoked.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and all the girls know that I just love my family so much, and I wouldn't be here without them. And the girls wrap their arms around them, and they love them almost as much as I do, and I just love that. This is just a great club.
It's an unbelievable effort what you just did today. The girls are all there waiting for you. What an incredible game, what an incredible effort, and what an incredible human you are, mate. Go enjoy this win because you deserve it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The emotion spilling over there for Kate Dempsey. Thank you to Megan Waters for that. And these are great scenes. In her 50th game, as we said, 7 years ago to the day, she decided to rock up here for a VFLW trial. She would never have thought that her journey would take her here. So there's the Tigers holding on in the top 4. And what a fascinating final 3 weeks we've got. We'll hear from the song and then we'll have a look at the weeks to come, the games to come. Just 3 more weeks to go.
I love you.
So the Tigers celebrate their 6th win of the season. That's just about enough to get them into the finals. Ruby Fleischer and Ellie Blackburn. They've got Melbourne, Essendon and the Hawks to come.
Yeah, some big games to come ahead for Richmond, but geez, they've been impressive to watch this year. They're definitely worthy of a top 4 spot at the moment. Just really like the way that they take the game on, open the game up and try and score. And they've just got so many contributors across the board, don't they? They've got the likes of Conti and Egan and Sheeran and McKenzie through the middle, and then you've got Katie Brennan kicking sealer goals.
All right, Ruby, thank you very much. Thank you very much to Ellie and to Megan Waters on the boundary this afternoon. Great fun. We're going to throw now on Fox Footy to the next game. Brisbane and the Suns at Brighton Homes Arena in Ipswich. Suns still winless. Can they get an upset win?
Wowee, wowee, wowee. There we go. Can you believe it, folks? The Tigers get up for victory here. Stone the Crows, 3 goals 4. They put on in the final quarter to 2 goals 1. What a great last quarter. Of course, we've got a few happy fans in the chat. Santa All, Ryan, Tanya, Tine, Ben Ben, Megalove, shout out. Tigers victory came from 2 points behind going into that final term, but showed why they are a contending side this year. Oh my goodness, that was a heart stopper. I tell you what, you got to love a close game, folks. You got to love a close game. Let's go and have a quick look at the stats. Let's have a look at the player stats before we wrap this up. And of course, we've got the multiple goal scorers. Let's have a look at the goals. Yes, sir, with 3. Jacqueline Parry with 2. Kate Sermon, Sheeran, Maloney, Darby, Conti the champion, and Brennan, all goal scorers. Let's just run down the disposal count. See who led the table, and of course it's the superstar from the Richmond Tigers. Monique Conti tops the table with 27. Well done. We'll just run down slowly. I hope everyone enjoyed that game today between the Tigers and the Cats. It was a fascinating game. It was a real arm wrestle. Anyone could win that, but let me just reload that up. There we go. There we got the team stats in now. Of course, pretty tight game. As I said, real arm wrestle, 220, 218, nothing much in it. Inside 50s, leveled up pretty well, 29-32. Disposal efficiency, not too bad for both teams in both sectors. Free kicks, the Cats on top there in the end, 19-11, but didn't make any difference. The hit-outs, Tigers dominating. Got on top of the clearances, centre clearances, stoppage clearances. Wow, there we go. Contested possession, Tigers just fractionally. As I said, it was a pretty tight game in all aspects of the area, but another fantastic close game. We love a close game. That's what makes it exciting. There we go. And there is a result. There is the poll today. 81% in the live chat picked Richmond. Well done, everybody. Good stuff, good stuff. We did it again. We picked a winner. There we go. I think that's going to be all the games I cover tonight, unless I actually cover the Fremantle-Carlton game. I'm not sure whether I'll be available to do that or not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There is another game going on right on this time, and of course, no score in that match between the Brisbane Lions and the Gold Coast Suns. Actually, that's 3 minutes away from starting, but I won't be covering that game, unfortunately, today, folks. Maybe we'll do the later game. We'll see what happens. What a game. What a fantastic game. But it was Richmond down here at Swinburne Centre by 7 points, 6-10-46, defeating the Cats 5-9-39. Another fantastic afternoon of AFLW action football come your way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the coverage of this game today, folks. Thanks everyone for coming in. I appreciate that. Yahoo says Ryan in the chat. Yahoo for all the Tiger supporters out there. Sana all. You got the win. And I don't think the live ladder, let me just reload the ladder and see if that's actually, there we are. So the ladder has reloaded, and that shows Richmond up into fourth spot now, played 8 games, 6 wins, 2 losses, 171.2 the percentage. So that should pretty much confirm a top 8 spot come finals time. So Richmond Tigers should be playing finals. As for Geelong, well, they're down in 12th position on 10 points. They are a game and a half outside of the top 8 plus percentage. And it's going to make it pretty tough for the Catters to make the top 8. But with still about 4 games to go, you just never know what can happen, folks. You never know what can happen. But yeah, Richmond looks surely cemented into the top 8 now and on track for finals in just a few short weeks. Anyway, folks, that's all I got for this one. I'll say thanks everyone for coming in for this live. Hope you all enjoyed the game. Until next time, ciao for now, and we'll see you on the next game.